Indi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I love this energy. Tell me all the things. What is going on? Give me the rundown. I am all ears.
Just in my life, what's going on in my life?
Absolutely. We a little nosy right here.
I guess. Nothing much actually. The SAG strike just ended,
hmm
which I'm super excited about. So I'm getting back to auditions,
hmm
which auditioning is my favorite thing ever. I love getting new scripts to read. So I'm excited about that. I came out with a song a month ago, so just posting about that, just yeah, I guess that's kind of what's happening.
So what were you doing with the SAG strike going on? Were you bored out of your mind? Were you frustrated? Were you annoyed? Tell me all the things. Were you just like, man, I cannot wait until this is over so I can go back and do my thing?
Yeah, so I take acting class every week, so I kind of kept myself busy with like focusing on those scripts to like analyze.
hmm
But I actually just have so much fun getting a new character and like trying to overanalyze everything about this character in the script and like getting in the room and like auditioning. That's like my favorite thing ever to do. So I've been trying to keep myself busy with music and fashion. I've been posting a lot more fashion stuff on my social medias, which is fun, and going to Fashion Week and stuff like that. So just trying to keep myself busy with everything, but like hoping on the strike to end. So I'm happy it did.
All right. So now that it's over, what is the first thing that you're gonna do right now?
With the strike, well, just keep auditioning. I can't really talk about anything with acting right now, but I am super excited to get back into it. It's gonna be the holidays soon, so not many auditions. I'm hoping since the SAG strike just ended, they're gonna be a lot more pouring in before the
Mhm.
holidays, but around the holidays, it really slows down.
I was reading you had what 2.5 million followers collectively on like social media and whatnot.
Do I? I
I,
don't know.
does that low key drive you a little bit insane?
Um, Having followers.
Not necessarily having followers, but like having all of those people, I guess, following you on just like social media platforms.
Um, you know, it can be weird because my following, I interact with like everybody who interacts with my page, and I feel like we're all just like a little community. Um, so it's really nice to have that, but when certain videos like go crazy on my account and stuff and it goes to other people who don't know me, it's kind of weird because especially on Reels, people will be such big haters on Reels, and it's actually so funny because they'll leave like the most absurd or like crazy comment ever on my account, and it doesn't even have to do anything with the video.
hmm
When I see those comments, I'm just like, I don't like, what is wrong with you? So kind of in the sense that people act like they know me, but they don't on social media. But it's fun. I love social media.
I think that is the main reason why I don't dive in the way how I want to dive in because I feel like people are on there being mean for no reason. And I know a lot of times you say to yourself, and it's so good to say to other people, but it's hard to really like believe it. Oh, you can't believe like you can't be affected what other people say about you. But it kind
Yeah.
of stings a little, don't you think?
Yeah. See, I get way more affected if it's by people that I know in real life. I won't even if somebody says they don't like my outfit online, I won't even like think about it. It's just the part where it's like people trying to act like they know me, and like it doesn't like the hate doesn't get to me. I don't like start, which is good, I guess. I don't really start like getting insecure about stuff that people say online. It's just when the fact that I don't know how to explain it. They just think that they know me and they comment all of this weird stuff, and it's like,
I know exactly what you mean. You don't give people the time of day that don't know you because their
yeah,
opinion necessarily doesn't matter because they don't
right.
know you.
It's just kind of like funny and crazy to read all of the stuff that people say online.
Mm, I want to know about why is, I guess, one of your missions to promote self confidence. Why is
Yeah.
that
I
important for
mean,
you?
it's I mean, obviously it has to be an important thing in people's lives, especially during social, like the times of social media, where I feel like YouTube and Instagram and everything like that, just not recently, but like in the past like 10 years, social media has just been going crazy. So everybody in my generation has just grown up with social media. And, obviously everything's fake on social media. People put out stuff that isn't real or isn't really them, which I love people who put out like the authentic them, which is so super cool. But, it is really easy to look on social media and see what other people are doing and like, get insecure about that. So, I really love promoting like self-love and like self-confidence because it's just so important to be secure in yourself before you put yourself online. And I think coming from a family who is like really like just a family and we all love each other and we're super close, I've always had that like self-confidence because we all like boosted each other up. So I wanted to be that person for other people.
Right, because I feel like a lot of people coming up right now don't necessarily have that. It's not
Yeah.
like, it's intentional, but I think a lot of people sometimes don't think about boosting your kids up or boosting someone else to have self-confidence, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Do me a favor and talk about Hurt a Little.
Oh yeah. So my song Hurt a Little. Um I had this song in my drafts or whatever you guys want to call it, like in the back end for like a year or 2 years before I released it. And that's like a long time to have a song for me. And I was actually super excited about it. We reworked it this year. We reworked it and, I re-recorded it because I would never put out my vocals from like 2 years ago. Absolutely not. But yeah, so we reworked it and I got super excited about it. I had an idea for a music video that I wanted to do, which is out, and I am obsessed with it. It's all about like voodoo and like kind of scary, like campy horror movie. And Hurt a Little is basically about being in a relationship, ending the relationship, and the other person just showing no like effect from what has happened or just not showing any hurt from like ending the relationship, so you feel like they just never cared and you just want them to hurt a little. That's the entire point of the song. It's I want you to hurt a little. Because people can hurt but they just never show it, so then the
Yes.
other
Right.
person, it's basically all about not showing your real feelings and then the other person kind of overthinking that and then it's just no communication there. um
Right, because essentially people process hurt and pain different ways.
yeah,
So they can be going through something and they just don't show it. And I think a lot of times it has to do with vulnerability.
right, yeah, exactly. See, I have a difficult time expressing my emotions and stuff. I'm not going to show, especially online. Oh my god. If like I'm going through a tough time, I don't like to post about it. Not that I don't want to show like the real me. I just don't like spreading all of that stuff on social media. So it is understandable that the other person would not want to do that, but in this situation for the song, I wanted to write about that and how people don't post all of that on social media. So you think that they're just not feeling it. But everybody goes through hard times and not a lot of people post about it. That doesn't mean that
It doesn't happen.
through a hard time.
Right. I want to know why wouldn't you release a song from 2 years ago?
um, because my vocals were not good on it. I'm like a perfectionist and it's really difficult. I listening to all of my demos from like a year or 2 years ago, oh, I would never release it. I just like re-recording. So
Is
then I'm
that you in your head? Because I'm sure somebody like me would hear that and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so
no,
good."
because I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, but I just knowing me, I just would never do that. Cause like I listen to all my music from 2 years ago and I'm like, oh my God, like the ones that are out, and I'm like, oh, I really wish I could have like re-recorded that part, but it's whatever. So I just wanted to make sure that I was like secure in it. And I'm sure in like a year I'll listen back to Hurt a Little and be like, oh, wish I could redo that, but that's fine. It's
That's how I I
Yeah.
feel the same way when I hear stuff about me, well, that I've recorded on the radio and it's like from a couple of years ago. And I'm like, my voice, turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I can't hear myself back.
right. It's just like a thing about being a perfectionist, but it's not that big of a deal.
I feel that. Let us know. What are you working on next?
Just new music actually. I am recording a couple of new songs, I think next week. Which I'm extremely excited about these songs. They're
Hmm?
like my favorite songs ever. So maybe an EP, but I can't promise anything. I mean, the biggest goal is to make an album. That's like always been my dream.
Hmm?
I like releasing singles and stuff, but I really want to work on an album that means something to me. So maybe an EP, maybe something more. I don't know.
Let me tell you, I got my fingers crossed for you. Thank you so much for coming on Zoom and chatting with us. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me.